Okay, so rather than type the announcements out this week, I'm going to actually talk the announcements because I think there's too much to type. So stay with me on this. Um, Write down questions for our meeting later in the week if you have any questions based on this. All right. So first, I wanted to discuss with you because the third quarter is over. It ended a week early because we were in school last week. At least we're in school there. So this is what I need you to do over the next couple of days. Again, our grades are due at the end of Wednesday. All right. So you need to make sure that you check the portal. I think first of all that all of the work for this quarter has been turned in. If there's an M, that means I didn't get it. All right. You need to go then back to Classroom to make sure everything is on Classroom and that it wasn't returned to you and such. All right. The Cornell Notebook grade will go up, and then we'll be done with the third quarter. All right. Figured it's fine based on the home learning. It's fine. All right. So let's go down and take a look at our next thing here. All right. As you might know, the school is instituting an attendance policy as far as you showing up. And of course, I'm using air quotes when I say you're showing up here. And so my attendance policy is the following. We will be meeting on Thursday, and that is no longer optional. All 17 of you in your particular class need to show up for your Thursday meeting at the appropriate time, which you'll see below there. Okay, that Thursday meeting will do various things, but mostly make sure we're all on the same page. Do a little bit of reviewing, a little bit of prepping for tests. Any tea period before a test or something is going to have to be done in the evening because I don't, your schedule's taken up for the week and this is our time. So Thursday meeting, all right? Another way to judge attendance is turning work in and turning it in on time. So now that is going into my policy in the fourth quarter. Okay, and you'll see how that's going to affect the fourth quarter grade, and something that you had no trouble with last week or the week before last, actually, showing up for the scheduled tests, which might be fewer in the fourth quarter. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So again, the Thursday meeting, turning work in on time, and showing up for tests. All right, so let's bring this down. There's another one here. And again, write down questions about that one should you have it. All right. Okay, let's take one thing at a time here. All right, the Thursday meeting. There you see it. It'll be a 45-minute meeting, period 4 at 1 o'clock and period 6 at 1:45. Okay, so that is the required time that we're going to spend together. And we'll do various things, but it's going to be content based, and probably more review of what you've been learning. You can ask questions. I will ask questions. Maybe one of the sessions will be me asking questions, and each person gets a question, and you've got to come up with the answer. But we'll see what we do with that. So our first meetings will be on Thursday at 1 o'clock at 1:45. 1:45. All right. Now, the fourth quarter. How is that going to look for us? Because we have to change things up. So let's bring up what you already saw. All right. Right now, as far as content to cover, I'm going to finish what we're currently on, and that's reproduction, since we're in the middle of it. And then I'm going to see where we'll go. I don't know exactly at this point because since there is no regents, we can do a lot of different things. But there's going to be, um, there's going to be content. I'm not a big fan of big projects, especially since we don't know how they have to be digital. And it takes a lot away there. But we'll see what we do. There is going to be a grading change you see in the fourth quarter. All right. Test no longer 60% of the grade. There'll be no quizzes in the fourth quarter. So we're going to count for whatever test you have for 30% of your grade. So it's going to count for something, and you control that 100%. You control it. Your written work. Okay, we will continue the Cornell Notebook and whatever written work, whatever lab activities and such that we have out there that we'll do. Including the pig dissection, which is going to be the big grade of the fourth quarter. Whether or not you're in school, I'll talk about that in a second. 40% of your average, and participating Participation, you saw what my participation is. So this right here is your participation grade right there. The attendance policy is your participation grade. And that's 30%. Show up on Thursday for the entire work turned in, write it in there on time. And that is an issue with a few, not many, but it's an issue with a few of you on time and showing up for tests during the time period that we have them. All right, so you see it that is the participation grade, the attendance policy, 30%. So you control everything, okay? You know, the only test that you took that we did Test Wizard online, you had grades that were abnormally high, but that's okay. I understand how things are going here, all right, but I'm giving it 30%. So in this quarter, boys and girls, given what what we're all going through, there's no reason for you not to get an easy A. And if you don't get that easy A, it's because you don't get that easy A. All right, so the Cornell is still in force. All right, but I'm going to tell you, you can see mainly you need to make sure that Cornell is organized. If you're taking pictures with that Cornell, I want those pictures in order of how we would see. And boys and girls, many of you are leaving out a table of content. It's all that Cornell is done just like you are in school. All right, so there you see. So gather questions on all of this stuff for Thursday. I will post this online later on. Okay. So we are out of this little